Hey folks, this is Justin at Metcalf Mills on Storytime Tuesday. Now today I'm just going to be talking about myself. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me when I was growing up. I hope you enjoy it. I growed up in the old house that my parents built, and they built a new house when I was about 7 years old. We moved in there, but I was a little different than most kids my age, I guess. I'd spend a lot of time from the time I was probably 12 years old, maybe 13. My favorite thing to do was to go visit an old fella had an antique shop over here on the 19 highway, and my favorite thing to do was go over there and look through all of his old tools and just household items, just all kinds of old stuff. That was one of my favorite things to do when I was a young boy like that, and I've still got several things that I bought from him during that time. And as you know, I started early working on grain mills and doing that stuff. My grandpa gave me his old 16-inch Motors mill that was built in 1920. He gave it to me in 1998. I was 14 years old, and it'd sat in the crib shed, and the bottom had rotted off of it. And I had a sawmill man saw me the material I needed to restock it. And I took that thing all apart and studied it and looked over it and got that wood from the sawmill man, and I rebuilt that corn mill and completely restocked it. Set the bed stone and concrete, lined that up, done all that stuff myself. Dad was around. He gave me his thoughts as we went, but I done the most of it myself just on what I seen. And then, as you know, I got Mr. Franklin to help me a little bit dressing the millstones and get me started on doing that. And I put that thing back together when I was 15 years old, and it ground corn. And something else about me when I was young, when I was about that age, 15, Daddy helped me get me a doctor's buggy, a Amish doctor's buggy. And he helped me get me a horse, a workhorse. And that was my first transportation around here in these mountains, was a horse and buggy. And I've got pictures of that somewhere. I'll try to show you sometime. That's my first transportation, was horse and buggy, and I rode that thing all over the country. I'd ride it around old people in my community. I'd stop in and see them and talk to them and try to gather up as much information as I could. I'd listen to their stories and stuff like that and just try to soak up everything that I could. But I've still got the buggy, but my horse died several years back. But I've still got the buggy. Maybe we can get it out here one of these days. I'd like to have some more horses one of these days. But talking about my horse, in the year 2000, I was 16 years old. I used that horse to raise my first corn crop. It was down the road here at a place where my uncle lived. He let me have a patch of ground. It was less than an acre. But I made a patch of corn with my horse and milled some of it in that mill that I restocked. That's when I was 16 years old. And Daddy was always supportive of everything I wanted to do like that, because he loved and appreciated that same kind of stuff. So naturally, he helped me along with what I was interested in. I know he would have anyway, no matter what, but I think he really enjoyed helping me with the things I was interested in, because it was stuff he loved and cared about. And I know that was. I hope it was a blessing to him. But he was a big help to me, and Mother too. She done everything she could to tell me what she knowed, and when I was raised up about the old ways and learning how to do this and that, and I'm really thankful for them. But that's a little bit about my life and my history, me personally, and how I got started, and part of the reasons I am the way I am today. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. This is Justin at Metcalf Mills and Charlotte at Metcalf Mills. And we hope you have a great rest of the day.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Say bye, Pops.
Bye.
Bye. We're silly.